Hey, everybody, this is Steve Polkowski again from the high school and member of your negotiation team. Hey, the third and final big ticket item that has been brought forward to us is kind of a combo platter between community engagement and conferences. Um, we all know the district is very interested in having teachers be engaged in community events, whether it's plays or concerts or sports things. There's a whole bunch of different options that are out there for teachers to be engaged, and the district is you know desiring teachers to be engaged. And we also know, especially at the high school, conferences are sparsely attended to say the least. Um, with Infinite Campus and the ability to track every time a teacher gets, puts in a grade, it kind of has made the conferences less of a necessity than it used to be. So basically, the idea going forward would be to kind of combo a solution to a couple of problems and get everybody potentially engaged in the community a little bit more. So it's a two-pronged. It would be an MOU, not necessarily contract language, but the MOU for high school teachers would be to um, decrease the amount of conference days from 4 days to 2 days, and really focus on the mid-semester grades rather than having them on mid-quarters when we don't even do quarter grades anymore. So go from 4 to 2, and then have a mandatory 7.5 hours of community engagement, and that would be through things like sporting events, concerts, plays. There's a lot of different ideas on ways to get involved in the community, but for the high school teachers and the high school teachers only, there would be a reduction of conferences from 4 days to two, and replacing those 7.5 hours. It would be replaced by 7.5 hours of um, community engagement time for middle school, for elementary school, for CAPE. Basically, this would be an optional thing. So if you did your or if you wanted to do 7.5 hours of community engagement, um, similarly to I believe the elementary schools call them learning walks. High school is teachers observing teachers, where we're observing each other, and then if you go to your, you know, meet the requirement for um, observing other teachers, you get a additional day off that can be used at a pre-arranged different options for in-service days. So if the teacher at the middle school, elementary school, or CAPE were to go and do the 7.5 hours of community engagement, they would get a day off at one of the prearranged in-service days. So that's I guess the idea going forward, to increase community engagement, solve a problem at the high school. The one thing that was brought up was, potentially payment or not payment in terms of admission. If you go to any high school event that's in Cloquet, it would be a free event to attend. If you went to a, Superior or Duluth or Proctor game, that would be a choice that the teacher would make. That wouldn't be paid for by the district, or free admission, that is. Punch cards would be provided for the people that would want to go to these games, so we can kind of track um, event attendance as well. So again, optional for elementary and middle school. It would be mandatory for the high school. So again, if you have any questions regarding